no tenemos ni agua, ni luz. Ahí está, con esta polvadera se nos ensucia la ropa más. Y hasta nos trata de que somos tan sucios. No es porque uno quiere, sino que porque no hay agua.
Gente humilde, ¿no? Algunos apenas se hacen alcanzar para el consumo. Y si vamos a hacer privatizar, la gente de dónde va a traer dinero.
Nosotros hemos dicho que Aguas del Illimani se tiene que ir. Vecinos no tienen agua, no tienen alcantarillado.
Como ustedes posiblemente se han enterado mediante la prensa en sus países, nosotros aquí en Bolivia estamos llegando a sufrir.
Pueden comprarle a nuestro dirigente, pero no nos van a comprar a todos.
This is a country in which nearly 1 out of every 10 children will die before the age of 5. And most of those deaths are related to illnesses that come from a lack of clean drinking water. So when people of El Alto say enough with water privatization, it's because if they don't have access to clean drinking water, their children's health is at risk. Why did Bolivia privatize the water systems of Cochabamba and El Alto? It's not like Bolivian citizens decided it was a good idea. Water privatization was absolutely forced on Bolivia by the World Bank. In 1997, the World Bank told Bolivia that if they did not privatize the water system of Cochabamba and El Alto La Paz, that they were going to be cut off from water development loans by the World Bank.
Yo creo que esa es la privatización para nosotros, una lucha contra la muerte, ¿no? La lucha por la vida, porque la vida siga siendo una vida donde nuestros hijos, nuestros nietos, nosotros podamos disfrutarla, ¿no? Es una lucha entre una vida digna, una vida con alegría, o una vida con sometimiento, una vida con amargura, con angustia, con inseguridad, que no es vida.
Ngo-2000 ngoSeptemba mhla 19 wagula waphathwa yisisu. Shuthi wagula nje 3 days. Shuthi kwakwenziwa amanzi siwasebenzisayo. Amanzi nje angahlanzekile sasiwakhe emfuleni. Kushuthi nje ngabe ukuthi njengoba ngimdala la ekhaya ngizizwa ngumuntu ogqilazeke kakhulu. Abafundayo engazi ukuthi ngabafundisa ngani kanjani ngabondla ngani kanjani.
Akukho ukusithembisa okungcono ngoba nakho lokho okuzayo owemali vele okuphoqa ukuthi imali uma ungenayo ugcina futhi ubuyelile khona emfuleni. Phindela khona lapha emfuleni ungcolile. Bake bafika basitshela ukuthi funa mangabe sibuye kowakha siwenze njani. Kokungabe ezempilo. Futhi akwenele ngoba manje ngisho ungawakha nakho vele lokho abathi asikusebenzise kuyimali. Imali mayingekho akho into ongayenza. Kuyikho ukuthi vese phuze wona enjengoba enjalo. Esisuke sisaba kodwa uma amanzi engekho ayikho into ongayenza. Yikho kuvela uphuze khona lokho noma ukwazi thina.
We have waiting here 5 hours. Sometimes that water comes, sometimes they don't come. Sometimes we can spend 4 weeks without water. Yeah, every day we can come and open. Nothing, there's nothing.
Cost recovery is kind of the new Bible. you know, that we have in South Africa, that everybody must pay for whatever service you get. And for rich people, that's obviously not a problem. But when it comes to the really poor, you wouldn't believe it, but 5 Rand, which is less than $1, is a lot of money for rural communities. So you find that the poorest of the poor, they're only taking 1 bucket, but if you work out how much they paid for that bucket, it's actually more than a richer person would have paid in an urban community for that water, and it's unjust.
If you have no water, forget about reducing poverty, because bad water is today the source of the major diseases. It kills more than AIDS, more than wars. We are all committed to reduce by half the proportion of people with no access to clean water. The challenge is of such a magnitude. We must put at the disposal of the common good the know-how of the private sector.
Par mois. En fait, on les paye par mètre de réseau.
Let's find out.
All right. We are from Suez.
Oh, this is the Suez. Ah, that's interesting.
At first, when these private companies went into developing countries, they were welcomed by the people because they were going to bring water and they were going to bring investments. Of course, what people didn't understand was that they're not bringing new investments. It's paid for by the public purse and by the World Bank. Then they came in and they raised prices and they didn't deliver good quality water and they cut poor people off and they fired public servants and their record was a disaster.
They are bringing water to poor areas, but they're bringing the water where you have to put in a little card to get that water.
This country is perhaps the leaders in a new technology, prepayment water metering.
Yeah, actually, this is the book that we got that is showing people how to use the prepaid meter. But the fact is that this book is written in English, and then half of this community, they don't understand English.
The consumer needs to pay up front for the supply of water.
You have to have this token to pay for water. If I want to have water, I have to put my bucket here. You see? That's how I get water.
You've actually got to change the thinking, the culture of people to understand that they should pay. You shouldn't have to force them to pay. They should want to pay.
By telling a woman who's got nothing, in order to get your water, you must put in a card that takes your meager amount of money. What is she going to do but go to the river and take that dirty water and die of cholera? And then you say people don't know how to practice hygiene.
The people here don't know. We just asked them. They don't know that they're getting prepaid water meters.
With what you have done with
them. They don't have a choice. These people are poor. They don't have a choice. They're not being educated about the implications of the whole process. They don't even know they're having because we don't give them a choice.
It's impossible. You're insulting me. So we are going. People are to pay regarding what they consume.
Oh, and you know that. You're not
The placards of the post-liberation period said, free water, free electricity, houses for all. What was actually happening was that many people were having their electricity disconnected.